Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to take this moment to record my support for the speech by His Excellency the President on the 12th of this month, and begin by thanking the people of Igembe North for electing me to this August House for the fourth time, especially this time after an interval of 10 years. The other point, Mr. Speaker, that I would like to highlight is what was contained in that special address and the tone and the content of the President's speech. If you check, it did not expound a lot of issues about governance for the next 1 year. It was very specific about the national unity that we need. And, Mr. Speaker, the presidency, as defined in our Constitution, happens to be the confluence on which all the other arms of government meet. Whether it's the legislature or the bills we sign here, usually end up being signed by the president. All the judges who get appointed to the Supreme Court or to the High Court, they end up being signed or sworn in by the president. So the presidency is unique. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, we need to emphasize on the need for unity and talk to our colleagues on the other side of the House. Tell them we do not have a spare country. Tell them we do not know what theory or ideology of governance that you would use to go to a Supreme Court, get a ruling, and when you are walking home out of that ruling, you start stammering with what you had there. The language, Mr. Speaker, was very clear. We have to have an election within 60 days from the 1st of September. And that election is to be conducted by the IEBC. Mr. Speaker, there was no provision in that ruling whereby the Speaker, the judges of the Supreme Court did assign the IEBC to arbitrate the grumbling, the yawning, the dreaming and the screaming by our colleagues. The Supreme Court said we go and do an election supervised by the IEBC. So if you are having problems in understanding what they said, we needed to tell you what it was. That is, this country has a very good institution called a judiciary. That judiciary has come up with a ruling which is unprecedented in the continent of Africa and number 3 in the world. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, all the people who are panicking about this country are just not normal. It is the only country you go and do that kind of ruling, and the whole country is moving. There are no riots in the streets. I know it would have been the other way if the other guys are the ones who had gotten a bad ruling. There would be chaos. There would be bloodshed. And I'm sure that is what they were planning and wishing, and they missed it. That is what they are wishing to visit upon this country. We are to have an election on the October 17th. It is not the wish of any of us here. It's the wish and the voice from the Supreme Court of the Republic of Kenya. The president defined with the ruling, did not like it, but he respected it. Now those who were awarded the ruling, or the fair judgment according to them, they don't seem to be ready for elections, because that was not their intention. The country needs to be very clear and very sound that on October 17th, there will be an election in the Republic of Kenya for the office of president. And it is not the wish or the grumbling or the dreaming or the wishing away by any demands you give. This is not time for demands. It's time for campaign. Go and seek elections. Go and seek for votes so that you multiply what you say was not transmitted. This time, I ask Kenyans to be loud and clear. No stammering. We are going to have elections, and I wish President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto would win with a bigger majority than they won on the August of 8th. Thank you.